What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about 11 Funko Pops that have gone up in value recently. So without any further ado, guys, let's get started. Here we go. So with the start of 2025, guys, I wanted to bring back a series that I did probably a couple of years ago, talking about Funko Pops that have gone up in value, looking at trends and seeing what correlates and things like that. Me as a collector, I've always enjoyed seeing like correlations of things, especially like with price and stuff. And so I figured it would be fun to bring this series back and kind of share some of my perspective. And my good buddy Skittle Rampage, guys, also on YouTube, he does a series like this as well. So if you want to be double covered and everything like that on your trending news, definitely go and check him out. But let's begin with the first selection out of the 11 that I have for you. First pop that I have for you guys is the original Wallace pop. Estimated value, guys, over on Pop Price Guide is at 50 bucks, but the recent current value from what I've seen is about at 65. And if we're looking at the recently solds, I've seen it go for around $70, low point at around like 49. And current listings are actually higher than that, guys, for around like that $70 to $80 range, and I've only seen about 13 active listings. So the reason why this one has gone up, there's a couple of things that I can think of. Number one, there is a new Wallace and Gromit movie that just came out, and I think it's over on Netflix right now. It got really good reviews and people are really enjoying the movie. Like, the hype for Wallace and Gromit is pretty high right now. Me personally, I love that style of animation with like claymation and stuff, and I have enjoyed, you know, the various, you know, Wallace and Gromit movies that I've seen throughout my life. But that right there is one reason why I feel like it's gone up, because of the new movie. Also, this is the older version of Wallace. I know they came out with new pops for that new movie, and there's another version of him. As far as the future of this pop, I don't really see it going much like up or down in value. I think it will stay consistent at that value. I honestly don't see this pop restocking at all because they came out with a new one just recently. But either way, I think this is a solid first selection. All right, next up, guys, is a Pop Digital Pop. I'm going to be sharing a couple of those throughout the video, but this one is from the Scooby-Doo Series 2 Pop Digital line, and this is the Grail Black Knight. Estimated value is at $390, and you can kind of see a little bit of an uptick on the chart, with the current value from what I've seen being close to around that $415, $420 range. And if we're looking at the recently solds, guys, obviously it's, like I said, it's around that $420, and at the current listing, guys, it's actually a little bit higher, probably closer to $450. And from what I can tell, I think there's only about like 5 of these actually listed right now on eBay, so not many. Now, the reason why this one has gone up, guys, it recently was being released into people's hands, so people are actually getting it in the mail. Most of those sales that you can see on the estimated value chart are from when it wasn't, you know, physically in people's hands, when it was being sold digitally over on Drop. But I find that to usually be the case, that some things definitely go up in value, especially when they actually come, you know, to collectors' hands. So that could be a reason why it's going up. Obviously, this isn't the most like, you know, mass-produced pop that are out there, because the Grail is only like 999 pieces, and I would assume that probably not every single one of these was redeemed. So it's probably around like 900 of the stock available. As far as the future of this pop, I don't really see it going up much more. One thing that I feel like will increase the value, and this is a little bit of a weird situation right here, a lot of what people are receiving is it doesn't have that metallic sticker on it. So once people are getting those in the mail, you can actually request this from Drop if it was one that you got yourself. You can request a sticker from them, you can put it on your pop. I think that will add a little bit of value. I know that sounds silly, adding a sticker to a pop, but trust me, this is the case with a lot of different things with Funko Pops. But anyways, there's suggestion number 2. All right, the next pop, like I said, another Pop Digital Pop, guys. This comes from Squid Game, and this is the Grail Frontman. Estimated value over on Pop Price Guide is around that $310 range, but a current value, it's going for about 427 bucks. The recently sold, from what I've been seeing, can go anywhere between like 425, 350. That's where you get your average from. But when I look to see how many active listings there are 0 out there. And as far as why this has gone up in value, guys, there's 2 reasons that I can think of. Number 1, Squid Game Season 2 just came out on Netflix. I think, you know, there's quite a bit of Squid Game merch that are out there. Funko has made a good amount of pops, but this is definitely one of the more rare ones that are out there related to Squid Game. And that brings me to my second reason why this one has gone up, guys. This actually, so most Grails, like I was mentioning before, are usually limited to 999 pieces, but not all of these redeem, guys, and only half of them are actually like exist and out there. I think there's only around like 450 of them. So scarcity for sure is why it's gone up. You know, the hype of Squid Game Season 2, and I imagine that there's probably a Season 3 along the way. Do I think it will maintain this value? Absolutely. You know, they're not making any more of these pops. This is not going to restock. And, you know, with potentially a season 3 coming along the way, this is going to be probably the most valuable Squid Game pop that you're going to find. Next up, guys, I think this is the only Disney selection that I have. Disney and Pixar Cars. We have the pop of Cruz Ramirez from Cars 3. Estimated value is around $34. You can see it's definitely gone up in price. Not too long ago, it was around that $15 range, and current value is about the same at $35. And we can take a look at recently sold, guys, where you get your average from high at around 40, low at around like 20, 25. And current listings are about at that as well, and I've seen about like 40 active listings or so. Is this the craziest jump in the world? No, not necessarily. I mean, it was at around 15, now it's at 35, but I've noticed an overall trend for like a lot of the Cars pops. I noticed the Lightning McQueen, like the metallic one, the Target exclusive has gone up. The original Mater is another one. I think overall we're seeing, you know, the trend with Cars pops going up in price because this is a pretty beloved franchise. Granted, it didn't get like great reviews, but I would say it's probably one of Pixar's most like lucrative and popular franchises that are out there. They haven't made any pops since the Cars 3 movie, so that could be a reason why it's going up, because of scarcity. There's not a lot of them out there. As far as anything else is why this has gone up, I don't think there's any new movies planned. I think there might be some stuff that they're building at like either Disneyland or Disney World that's Cars related. But other than that, I definitely see, you know, the future for these maintaining some great price, maybe even going up even more, because I don't think that these are going to restock or they're going to make more Cars pops in the future. All right, next up, guys, we have an Amazon exclusive from The Sopranos. We have Tony Soprano with Duck. Estimated value over on Pop Price Guide is around 35 bucks, with the current value being about $10 more at around 46. And with the recently sold, I've seen it high at around like 55, low probably around 44. Current listings are about at the same, with only I think around like 22 active listings on eBay. Now, Funko has made a good handful of Sopranos pops. As far as why I feel like this one has gone up, I mean, The Sopranos is obviously a very popular show. I don't think there's any plans for any like revival of some sort or any like spin-offs or things like that. It's just overall, you know, a pretty popular property. I know there was a Funko Shop exclusive, I can't remember of the specific character, that had some pretty good value of The Sopranos. This, from what I can tell, is probably the second most valuable one. As far as the future for this one, do I see this one going up or down? I would imagine it probably goes down. I would imagine that Amazon will probably restock this one sometime in the future. But if not, I would definitely expect this one to, you know, have some value in the future. It just seems to be more of a special exclusive. From what I can tell, I think the Duck has some fun, like, you know, pop culture references to it. But anyways, this is, I feel like, another pretty good suggestion with the Tony Soprano with the Duck pop. It's a pretty solid one. All right, this one is a no-brainer why it's gone up, guys. This is the Elphaba and Glinda 2-pack from Wicked in their like shiz uniforms from school. Target exclusive, guys. Estimated value is around $50, but current value, from what I've seen, is around 115 bucks. With the highest of recently sold that I've seen at around like 145, lowest is around 100. That's where you get your average from. And from what I can see, guys, there's only 4 current active listings right now, and they're all listed for around that $110 price. So reason why this has gone up, guys, no brainer. Wicked has been a massive success in the box office. It's made so much money. It might be the highest grossing movie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. People have really loved Wicked. A lot of the different merch, you know, has had some pretty good value, has been selling out everywhere from what I've seen. So that is one reason why I feel like it's gone up, the popularity of Wicked. And also I feel like this one's just kind of a more unique pop. Funko came out with a whole lineup of Wicked pops, guys, for the movie, but this one I feel like kind of focuses more on what they are from the movie. Like, we're talking about the school days and everything like that. And so as far as I can tell, these are kind of the only pops that kind of focus on that, them being in school. As far as the future for this one, guys, I 100% think that this is going to go down in value, because Target is notorious for restocking pops, especially older stuff. That has been a recent trend for sure, them restocking things. Do I think this one will always have value? Of course, definitely. I don't think it will always be at around that $100 price mark, but this is definitely an interesting one. It is a classic example of hype, and once the hype dies down, it'll be interesting to see where this ends up being at. Okay, 2 more selections for you guys. This is a Pop Rocks pop. This is Rivers Cuomo of the band Weezer. Estimated value over on Pop Price Guide is at 60 bucks, with the current value from what I've seen over on eBay at 113. Highest that I've seen it sold for is around 130, and then the lowest I've seen is around like 99, with current listings being anywhere at around that $120 price range, and there's only 6 active listings that are out there. That's not many. As far as why this one has gone up, guys, I've seen an overall trend been in a lot of like the pop rocks pops that Funko have made, like the musicians and things. Weezer is obviously a very popular band, has been around, I think, for 30 years. I think they celebrated, maybe it was last year, their 30th anniversary, and I think they re-released the Blue album. I myself enjoy some Weezer music, but from what I've seen, like I'm saying, talking about the pop rocks pops, Funko, when they make stuff, sometimes they only make like 1 or 2 band members from a band or a singer, and that's it. That's all they make. And this is definitely the case for the Weezer pop right here of Rivers Cuomo. Do I think it will maintain this value? Absolutely. I don't know if it will go up even more. If it does, it'll probably be just a little bit, but I don't ever see Funko restocking this one at all. And this is just, like I said, a classic example of a classic band, a classic, band member that has gone up, and it's scarcity. There's not a lot of them out there. All right, this last pop, guys, has been covered pretty well from what I've seen all over, Instagram and different things that I've seen about this pop. But we have the Art the Clown pop with glasses, Funko Shop exclusive chase. Estimated value over on Pop Price Guide is at $400, with the current value from what I've seen with recent eBay sales at $460. Highest recently sold, I've seen it around $420, with the lower ones being at around $400. That's where you get that average from, with 25 active listings being at around that $450 price range. Now, reasons why this has gone up, guys, obviously Terrifier 3 was a massive hit over at the box office, and I think it's probably the most popular out of the 3 films that exist. And from my understanding, another reason why I feel this one has gone up, guys, there's not a ton of Art the Clown collectibles that are out there. Funko definitely hopped on the hype train on this one early on, and they already actually have a decent amount of pops that are out there, but this definitely is the most valuable. Do I see this maintaining this value at like $450? Absolutely not. Funko is 1000% gonna restock this guy. I don't know when it's gonna happen, probably sometime, in the first quarter of 2025 if I had to guess. Funny enough, while I was editing this video, I actually saw a post on Instagram that the Funko HQ store over in Washington got a restock of this exact same Art the Clown. So it's probably coming a lot sooner than I thought. But whenever something is really popular on the Funko shop, as of late, Funko will 100% restock it. I think this will always have value, but I don't think it will always be around $450. But this is 1000% an interesting example of something that recently came out that has value. You just don't see that very often. All right, guys, that is gonna do it for Funko Pops that are going up in value. If you wanna see these videos return, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have suggestions of things that you've seen gone up in price, let me know down below. I know that a lot of things have definitely gone down in value for Funko, so it's fun to take a look at things to see what's still going up in price. So like I said, if you have those suggestions, let me know. Be sure to subscribe as well so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, you guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another, always promote positivity. I'll see you in the next video. Catch you guys later.